I think that's the voice of the indigenous community. That's the voice of the indigenous leader, women, who is not even thinking about herself, but she is also thinking about this future generation, about the future. I am also indigenous. I also belong to an indigenous community from India, and we call it we call it Johar, greeting. That's a greeting word. That's how we greet, and the Johar means we all flourish. We all flourish each other. So we call each other Johar. I will start with my words saying Johar to each and everyone, and please you also reply back to me saying Johar. Johar. Thank you so much. After attending this session, this is my first time here attending the sessions of the Human Rights Commission. We felt, and I was talking to my friend saying one thing, that when we are listening to the voices of the grassroots people, we feel as if someone else is speaking on my behalf, behalf of my own country, behalf of my own people. Our struggles are very, very, very similar, because we also belong to the place where we have minerals. We are very rich in minerals, and I think that becomes the curse for us. Though we all want to be developed, but not at that cost. We cannot eat money, right? And the place I belong to is named Jharkhand. Jharkhand is a centrally located place in India, and 40% of the coal is being supplied to India. Though the main settlers or the indigenous peoples of the place are becoming poorer and poorer. There are many fascinating projects, so-called developmental projects, are being introduced to empower indigenous community to develop them, quote unquote. But what do we understand by development? What does it mean? What kind of development we are looking for? I think we need to look for that word, and why we are here. We need to, again, we all are discussing here, and most of us are from different strata, different family background, different economic backgrounds. But we are still looking forward for one particular goal. And entire world is now looking back or studying indigenous communities' life. There must be something special in indigenous lifestyle, why we are following, why we are going back to our traditional knowledge, why we are going back to study our traditional knowledge systems, right? As it's very sad to tell you that our country is again under the saying we are developing country, so we want to be developed more, and because of that, this year many companies, transnational companies, came to our state. More than 100 companies came, and more than 100 MOUs, memorandum of understanding, done by our state government. And the owners of the resources, the indigenous communities, they are, government ever thought of informing them that there is a term of free, prior and informed consent. The main owners, They don't know that our land is already been marked to be sold to the multinational companies. And now, each and every day, people are gathering. It doesn't matter who are educated, non-educated, each and everybody, million, thousands people are gathering to the main town, protesting to go back these companies. But we are never in this media. We are only in the social medias. Medias are being sold, and media is only reflecting what government are saying. From the top of the place, things are being reflected that no, our people, they all want government development. That's why they all are saying yes to these MOUs. They are ready to sold this land. And very funny programs or projects are being introduced, like distributing rice. Fine, we also have hunger death. This year also happened. But if we study back years, like 10 to 15 years back, we never had hunger death. We were in a poor situation, we were in a poor condition, our living style was not that good, but we never had hunger death in our community, our society. But more government is introducing, more government is going inside to the community or going inside to the areas, implementing developmental plans and for enhancing the situation of lives of the indigenous people. There are hunger deaths, there are people suffering from various of diseases. So distributing rice now becoming very, it's not at all good, because people are depending and people have a faith like this distribution will go on and on, maybe in the future. Now all of a sudden what they are doing, that because you are not farming in your field, so why don't you sell? Why don't you hand it over to the government? Why don't you hand it over to the companies? You can earn. But being an anthropologist, I have few case studies with me, and it says that 20 years back, whosoever did the same thing, selling or handling over the traditional land, now they are laborer, now they are working and living in a pathetic situation. And again, I would like to quote one example. This year, as I said, we have a very rich in coal mining. There is a place called Jharia coal field. Its entire area, there is underground fire. Because of that, that railway station is being blocked now. So that area is being vacated, and government is saying to vacate that area because you will be in danger. But don't you know that? The government doesn't know that if we go in an unsustainable way of mining, it will happen. Everybody knows that, right? So these kind of unsustainable ways of coal mining, and we also have gold, and you also have uranium mining also. If you would like to see, there is a very good documentary on uranium mining, and the people suffered on that area is Buddha Weeps in uranium mining. You can Google and you can find that place. So at the end, I would say that, okay, I supposed to speak on special rapporteur also on indigenous issues. There is a special rapporteur on indigenous issues, Victoria. We tried to find her for this space, to call her here to speak on. But in case of India, as United Nations Declaration is also not binding, it's very difficult to bring Victoria, even if we have victims in our place. So we really find difficult to bring her, because our government says we don't have indigenous people and we don't have any pathetic situation. We don't have any kind of victims here. Everything is fine. So it's very difficult to bring international officials or special rapporteur to visit official visit to our place. Though I have hope that we should still focus or still push for binding treaty, so that at least one day we have a legally binding treaty for us, so that at least not in our state we can come and we can ask UN to force and speak on behalf of indigenous community and speak for their rights and speak for their self-determination. Thank you all for listening.